What's going on, everybody? It's your boy All-Star Izzy. Let's go ahead and get to this conversation. I want to speak on this beautiful concept that just came into mind, really. So bear with me, because I've been noticing too. I'm like, everybody just counting out the Hispanics, the Latinos, the Mexican men, and it's interesting to me because it's like, All-Star, what are you talking about? What do you mean counting them out? I'm talking about everybody in like when they talk about dating, manosphere, and whatever the hell they be on. They be like the Pookies and Rayrays. They like them. But one thing y'all not realizing is that the women also love the Javiers, the Jose's. And what does that mean? I'm talking about the ones who women are finding men sexually appealing in that aspect, and that there's Mexican men that are fucking your bitch, even though they're not this Pookie and Rayray, whatever the case is. But they're not seeing that other side when it comes to the Javiers having the sex appeal and taking your woman and stuff like that. And how do I know that? Because I've been on the other side of the fence of being like, well, yeah, I know what this is, because people would think it's only like this type of person. Whole time you got somebody like me in the back end on the side telling her what it is in her ear, and she probably putting you on break because, you guys are together and being like, oh, I don't want you no more. Or maybe you guys went on break and, she needed to have an outlet out and she's having it with a Mexican man, and you're thinking to yourself, wait, hold on. She's out there with the Pookies and Rayrays, but you forgetting that the Javiers be out here smoothly talking to your lady. You know how these women be talking about they want to be loved Mexicanly? Why do you think? And where do you think it's coming from? Unless they simping on the other end. But where else do you think it's coming from? Don't ever get it twisted. Yo, there's a whole different side that a lot of people are not seeing. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me talk on that too, because people are getting, the whole Pookie and Rayray, and they're putting it in one race. But I'm like, nah, we can't count out the Javiers in this shit. The Javiers, what does that mean? Latino men can also have sex appeal. And they have sex appeal and a lot of women are sexually attracted to Latino men. I just see a lot of people try to fit it into one box, but it's like, no, sex appeal and sexual attraction is without race. It is just what you exude, and women are falling into that. And your woman is getting smashed by a Javier. But it's because he understands sexual attraction and sex appeal as well. And he has that, and he exudes it, and he knows how to talk to the lady. And I've had the conversation where I had to talk to the lady and spoke to her. She broke up with her man, got with her, smashed her, did what I need to do, kept it pushing. And she didn't even want to get back with the man. I'm like, all right, look, that's up to you, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. And it's interesting too, because I see it rarely in the space of what I'm doing and, dating and stardom and what I speak on. I hardly see any Hispanic men that talk on the stuff like this. So I want to let y'all know, and I may be doing a disservice to say it out loud, but I want to let you know there's a lot of Hispanic men that's out here doing the thing that you believe the Pookies and Rayrays that are doing. Because again, like I was saying before, is that it's not just one race of what you guys believe in. It's just that your woman is going to want a man who exudes sexual attraction. And I think it's a rare occasion, but I think speaking about this more, I'm going to teach a lot more Hispanic men to be on that type of wavelength, because you're not finna count us out. I'm going to tell you that right now. That don't mean we got to be out here smashing your chick. That just means we're going to be out here smashing and getting what we want, because we exude that sex appeal, sexual attraction. Because that part right there is just knowing that I'm confident in myself, and it's going to come out in the behavior. And two, because there's a lot of women that do love Hispanic men and stuff like that, but let's say they all been with more black men or white men. The thing is that I've been with women that have only dated in their race, and I was their first outside of their race. So them being like, hold on, there's a different side to this shit? You telling me there's Latino men that can do this shit? Absolutely, baby. And you gonna learn, you gonna get this loving, okay? You gonna get some of that, right? It happens like that. And I want Latino men that are listening to this, or other people, to just understand is that, listen, your woman, she's gonna wanna experience different flavors, different tastes, different stuff. And she's not just gonna wanna stay in her race. And she does, and that's her thing. But she knows deep down inside when she meets a Javier, and she's like, hold on, you have a certain attitude that I've thought was an only one man. It goes very hand in hand to where I'm talking about breaking the type. I've been with women that have only dated in their race, or they dated a certain caliber type of man with a certain status. And I've been with them whether I didn't have the finances at the time, I didn't have, or I wasn't their necessarily type that they usually go for, that was always in college and high school, whatever the fuck. I was outside of the race. But the thing that correlated with me is that I still made her feel something. And I was like, this is the domino effect that's going to happen, because it's already happened behind the scenes. I'm just talking about it right now. And I'm just saying is that the Javiers is out here, and we growing and we populating more. So don't count out the Hispanics. You better watch yourself and watch your back, because if she come back smelling like some Valentina, she come back smelling like some Takis, she come back smelling like some homemade pozole, you're going to be like, wait, hold on, why you smell like that? What is that? Yeah, the Javiers never got to her, sir. Authenticity is the new sexy. I wanted to make a PSA about it, and, watch yourself.